Conversation has been focused on the state of Florida.
Much of the nation is watching Florida's controversial bill as it takes another step forward that bans certain discussions of sexual orientation and gender identity from classrooms across the state. This week,
it's being called the Don't Say Gay bill.
Last week, the state legislature there passed that bill, and many parents, students, and advocates are left wondering what comes next. Let's take you to Florida now and spend 5 minutes with CNN's Steve Contorno. He covers politics in the state for us. He's in St. Petersburg now. So, Steve, there's been a ton of back and forth about what is actually in this bill. Opponents have dubbed it the Don't Say Gay bill, but what exactly is it?
David, the official name of the bill is actually the Parental Rights in Education bill, and that's because this bill largely talks about giving parents more insights into their school-age children's lives. But there are two lines in the legislation that have become very concerning for Democrats and LGBTQ community. And that is the part that says schools are not allowed to have instruction on sexual orientation and gender identity for students ages K through 3, or in a manner that is not age appropriate or developmentally appropriate for students in other grades. That second half of that is not entirely clear what that means. And that's also been a point of contention between Democrats and Republicans. But proponents say that the bill does not prohibit conversations that arise naturally, that this is geared towards preventing instruction or curriculum that is specifically around teaching kids pronouns, teaching them about the sexual orientation, there's a various sexual orientations.
Oh, so writing in to the curriculum, we're going to do a lesson plan here about transgender people and that concept. That would not be allowed, but say a kid says, oh, my 2 moms at home did X and Y, that's okay.
Correct. But the concern is that teachers will be scared of what happens next if they do continue that conversation, and that instead of being a person that students can go to talk about their home lives or to share freely their personal experiences, that they instead will push kids away from doing projects on someone like Harvey Milk, or that they won't be able to put up stickers on their classroom doors that say that this is an LGBTQ safe space. Proponents of legislation say this is aimed entirely at school districts and that it would not prohibit conversations around sexual orientation or gender identity that come up naturally in the classrooms. But if they do find that there is instruction of sexual orientation or gender identity that it violates the law, parents can actually sue school districts to try to get them to stop.
Right, that's what I wanted to ask, because the second part that you mentioned about age appropriate or developmentally appropriate, that's pretty vague sounding to me. So I could definitely see how teachers might be scared off from approaching these kinds of conversations head on. What are LGBTQ advocates and opponents of this bill saying are the long-term consequences here of something like this?
Well, the long-term consequences could range from stifling conversations in classrooms around historically gay figures. It could result in students not feeling comfortable talking to their teachers about problems they're having at home because their parents aren't accepting of them as a gay, bi, transgender youth.
You can't teach gay. You can't teach gay away. You can't pray gay away. And by not talking about it, you're not going to make it go away. A person is gay because it is who they are. Period.
You've heard lawmakers in Florida who are gay and advocating for the community warning that this could lead to depression and even suicide among LGBTQ youths if they no longer feel that not only comfortable speaking about these issues in the classroom, but just knowing that the legislature has taken a step to put into state statute that they are a forbidden topic.
I never knew that living my truth would cause church members to leave my dad's church. Or friends to stop talking to me. Or families to make jokes about who you are. So I ask you all, whatever this bill is supposed to do, let that bill do it. Let's do that.
One Democrat, State Senator Chevron Jones, broke down in tears as he shared his own personal struggles and his journey to coming out to his family.
But like the Hippocratic Oath says, please do no harm.